Today and tomorrow is a huge watch day. We know that 11/11 this year is the anniversary of the end of the flood on Cheshvan 27, when the waters swayed and dried up, the land dried up, and Noah was able to leave the ark. And last year on November the 11th was the beginning of the flood, was Cheshvan 17. So it's really cool that you got that. And remember, Jesus says, just as in the days of Noah, would be the coming of the Son of Man. And it's just kind of interesting that I know that means could mean a lot of things. I mean, it could mean the fact that they were all just, well, it does say that they were eating, drinking, everything was kind of normal business as usual. But also there was a lot of evil in the world. So there's a lot of kind of different ways you can look at that. And everything we're looking at looks like Revelation 12 and the baby's birth, and the male child, this birthing scenario that we keep having all these connections to. This 11/11 thing is such a phenomenon. Even when I call out to work, the last 4 digits of the key in that I have to put in for the call in, the absent line, is 1111, 1111. It's the craziest thing that this number keeps popping up. I've been seeing it since I was a teenager. In 97, when I got the internet for the first time, I typed it in and found out it's, this is like a worldwide phenomenon. So many people have seen it. What does this date mean? Aaron with God a minute discovered the 11:11 in the middle of the Hebrew language being the Hebrew letter Kaf and the Hebrew letter Lamed, carrying the value of 20 and 30, like 2030 when Jesus comes back. The Kaf is the palm of the hand, the Lamed is the shepherd's staff, and in 2030, when Jesus comes back, the staff will be back in the shepherd's hand. You minus 7 years, 2023. Each of the numbers, when you put them on a timeline and you just start adding up each consecutive number, like making a rainbow across the letters, and the value of the numbers equal 23 all the way across the board. Every letter and its adjacent letter adds up to 23. Very interesting stuff. But the 2 middle numbers was the 11th number. So if you're going from the left to the right, the 11th number, and going from the right to the left, the 11th number, 1111. And we know that all the languages in the world, in perspective, Jerusalem, everything, or Israel, or Jerusalem, everything to the west of Israel is written and read from left to right, and everything to the east of Israel is written or read from right to left. So it's like everything points to Israel. So that 11:11 is really interesting. It could mean many things, but I think it's a prompting to us that something is going to happen on some 11:11 at some point in time. That 11:11 could be tomorrow because of the things that are happening in Israel right now. Israel being the prophetic timepiece, the prophetic clock. Jerusalem is the minute hand. Then the Temple Mount is the second hand. It absolutely makes sense. And what did they call this war? What did the Hamas call this war? The Al-Aqsa flood is what they were calling that attack. So literally, that's the Temple Mount. So this is a war that is based on a flood. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's just prophetic. And this is like Psalm 83 beginning. And Israel is almost completely, if not completely, surrounded by their enemies right now. So this is prophesied that in the Bible. So we're looking at tomorrow, possibly even, because Israel, actually, it'll be 11:11 in Israel sometime midday today. So sometime between now and tomorrow, something could happen. I'm not saying it's the rapture. I don't know. I'm not saying it's the tribulation. I don't know. But something major could very well be happening that could start a course of events either leading to the rapture, or it could be the rapture. Who knows? We can certainly see it approaching. We can certainly see this prophetic events pointing to a certain time. Today and tomorrow is a huge watch day.